Good afternoon, sir. This is my personal timetable. Uh, uh, what I have done in previous week, I have done research work, group meeting. I have also attended MMIC online class. In Nagendra sir class, biomedical offline. It was offline class on Friday, and I have studied introduction of big data, uh, and I have submitted assignment of first chapter of big data, and next I was doing research on radiometer for medical sensing application using two different reference noise source. What I'm going to do uh, in coming week, it's same first group meeting. I will attend group meeting, an MMIC online class, and biomedical physics offline class will be on Friday, and again two more assignments have to do of big data and MMIC, and on Tuesday I have to submit MMIC first homework, and same I'm going to continue with research on radiometer for medical sensing application using two different reference noise source. I have selected four class: MMIC, immunology, biomedical, and big data. What I have done in literature review, and what I have done in this whole week in research, I'm going to present my research today. Uh, First of all, I have gone through many papers, and I have found more suitable with my topic hot and cold part calibration. This paper is more suitable. So today I'm going to present this, and what paper my paper title is total power radiometer for medical sensor application using match and mismatch noise source. I have also mentioned DOI of this paper, and this paper has been published in 2017, and yes, uh, what was the abstract, what I have done, what I have gone through in this paper, what was the abstract of this paper. In this review, I have reviewed that to measure a temperature of human body, uh, total power radiometer has been used in non-invasively way, and for medical application they had used a mismatch resistor at a room temperature as hot and cold noise source. Microwave radiometer has been used. They had also allow a sufficient accuracy for medical application with a relatively narrow input temperature ranges. This resistor based on noise source, and they had used 3 gigahertz radiometer frequency, which contain an antenna and collecting the noise power generated by a target. In this system, amplifying noise power means low noise and high gain receiver that converts the noise power to voltage detector. And in this, they had used a switch called as SP3T, single pole triple throw. This switch has been placed between antenna and receiver, and this process the data such as detector, output voltage, and physical temperature to reference noise source and that target, and had received a target noise source, and it shows a good performance, uh, using thermometer. Temperature measurement of water uh, uh, ranges from 25 degrees Celsius to 43.1 degrees Celsius. They had used for all this uh, two reference noise source, hot and cold, were the purpose to uh, proposed this mismatched resistor at room temperature. And next was the is introduction part of this literature review of this paper. And in this thermal measurement of human body, microwave radiometer has used in non-invasive way. They had used non-invasive technique to measure core body temperature monitoring and thermal imaging of breast cancer. Previously, in early they were using Dick radiometer. As you can see in the right side, there is a block diagram of a Dick radiometer. Dig radiometer is a traditional technique that has balanced noise power from antenna and reference noise source using this Dick switches at the input of the radiometer. It is inexpensive, small size frontage age stages of radiometer, single reference noise source that was hot source, and one load calibration is not so accurate because the reason was noise figure of radiometer does not changes. And another temperature ranges to 246 K to 316 K. uh, it operates in this temperature ranges. And performance imbalance was there in SP 3T, stands for single pole triple throw switch. This selects a port among a reference load and the antenna. It causes an error in temperature prediction. And next, it also minimizes the work offset voltage of radiometer output voltage. And next is the design of this radiometer. Now, two reference noise source, low noise and high gain receiver, amplify input noise power generated by an object. Output, what was the output of the power from this receiver? P out, in bracket W is given as, this equation is like P out equal to gain receiver G REC and KB T in plus T receiver. T, it's a um, temperature receiver. Okay, this was the equation for designing this radiometer. Now I will explain what is the particular symbol was G receiver and K, and what T stands for. T in, it's K, measurement was in K, and T receiver in K. And input noise, uh, T in is a input noise temperature, that is equivalent noise temperature of the receiver, T receiver. So we had added this to input noise temperature and receiver temperature. And K stand for Boltzmann's constant, that has a value 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 J upon K. And B stand for bandwidth. It has a unit which calculated in hertz. And G receiver is a receiver gain, right? And uh, next, I'm going to explain this design of the radiometer, how it has been designed, and what all have been involved, and what they work accordingly, how it works. Okay. Next is a okay. Uh, in this design of radiometer, two reference noise source has been there. Direct conversion receiver is there, and this radiometer consists of LNA and band pass. LNA is what? Low noise amplifier. It stands for low noise amplifier, and BPF is band pass filter. Stands for band pass filter. In this, output generate in voltage, which is proportional to the input noise power. All this process output voltage read this voltage in DAQ. DAQ is what? Is a data acquisition board. It use uh, it's for reading the data from whole receiver, and uh, what the process is going through. DAQ reads the data, and then it process all this data to a which connected personal computer, and two reference noise source has been calibrated receiver gain. In this whole work, cold and noise source reference first and two are implemented mismatched, and match load at a room temperature respectively, and SP3T switch select the receiver input among two reference source. As I told before also, SP3 switch select this receiver, and receiver noise receiver two reference noise source and antenna, and this AOB uh, stands for analog output board. This board generates the switch control signals. Uh, in this design of radiometer, there is a temperature sensor. Two temperature sensor has been measured physical temperature TS1 and TS2 for this noise source, and la- and the last point is a component in the receiver mount of signal aluminum Ji. So what is uh, TR two physical temperature of two reference load. TR is antenna, TPA is transmission. Uh, two reference sorry Two reference load is TR, antenna is TPA, and transmission line is TPL. These are all at equivalent line. As you can see in this figure also, it is on in equal position. And next is two reference noise source. What is two reference noise source? This is a different noise source that needs to be two load calibrations, and with two different sources has been done. uh, a cold and noise source are simply implemented using this mismatch and match resistor for medical application, and yes, resistor at physical temperature TR that provides equivalent noise temperature T reference to a receiver with a impedance Z0. As you can see in this below equation also, T reference equal to impedance that is Z0, and R receiver divide by impedance plus R reference receiver, sorry. And this relationally based on cold and hot noise source, using this mismatched first reference receiver uh, reference value is 22 ohms, and the match resistor reference value that is equal to impedance equal to 50, that value is 50 ohms. And therefore value of first reference becomes 0.849, and TR and uh, T reference is equal to TR. So the equation becomes T reference first value is 246 K, and reference temperature reference 2 value is 290 K at T reference 290 K. Next, to measure this temperature resistor by using temperature sensor TS1. Now, this is SP3 switch calibration. Okay. In SP3 switch, the receiver which select the port among this two reference load and antenna, it has been assumed that switch exhibit the same characteristic 3 through port and term of insertion and return losses, and performance imbalance among this port, uh, and which uh, which have loss of inaccuracy in during the process of calibration, and the uh, uh, imbalance loss of imbalance of switch has been considered in calibration of radiometer, and performance imbalance among port compares by adding a different offset voltage which generates the same voltage and terminate with same 50 ohms load. Okay, this is the receiver design. In this receiver, the design, you can see two figure. First is a block diagram, that is a block diagram of a direct conversion receiver, and the second one is the photograph has been shared in that paper. So you can see there is a reference 1, temperature sensor 1, reference 2, and SP3 switch also in that copper color, and LNA and BPF, low noise amplifier, plus BPF means band pass filter, and there is a detector also there. uh, okay then okay uh, in this medical radiometer, uh, considered a partial solution to for and penetration of depth of electromagnetic wave in human tissue, and a few gigahertz with low frequency band with deep penetration desirable of temperature measurement of core body with thick loosely tissue layered. In this figure you can see the direct conversion. It has used a 3 gigahertz frequency. This all to operate this, uh, it has used 3 gigahertz frequency. In this they had used 3 LNA and 4 BPF and SP3 switch. 3 LNA as said you low noise amplifier, and BPF stands for band pass filter. And in LNA they had certain model has been used ZX6036 2GLN and mini circuit, and gain was 20 decibel and noise figure was 0.9 decibel. 4 BPF is used, loss of insertion was 2.4 dB, and BFF model was BFCN 3010, and same mini circuit has been used inserted between LNA to limit this bandwidth of the receiver. And next was this SP3T switch, which is in between of antenna and receiver. I told this before also, and the switch model number was SKY13345368LF, and Skyworks. This switch was a Skyworks. To do this, they had used this switch from Skyworks to design this radiometer, and loss of insertion loss was 0.8 dB. Same using this, sorry, 3 gigahertz frequency was used in this radio. Simply this radiometer uses for temperature measurement of human breast or brain, and the frequency band was used same for radiometric temperature measurement. Now this is the measurement setup of temperature. In this, I have studied the several measurement setup was introduced, and to validate this performance, medical radiometers such as homogeneous water and NaCl solution bench, and measuring the temperature of heated water bath is used. As you can see in this figure, also figure first A figure, water bath has been used, and there is a streptofoam and shielding container, uh, DAQ data acquisition, and shielding curtains is used, holder horn antenna, and it is of 60 centimeter height and 40 centimeter width, and temperature sensor is also used uh, in this water bath, TS2. And yes, acidity of water has been calculated 0.98, and for personal reflection coefficient, water and air interface, and water where this experiment was set up where the water bath styrofoam with dielectric constant was 1.03, with cover with a curtain shielding with 60 dB attenuation on the top of the aluminum. As you can see in this beef photograph also, is a clear pictured shown, and on the top at aluminum container is there, uh, container at the and the aluminum container at the bottom, and horn antenna is placed on 20 centimeter above the surface of water in the radiometer. You can see in this figure A, they had placed a horn antenna 20 centimeter above the surface of water, and thermocouple temperature sensor, this is TS1 and TS2, which were calibrated a high precious radiometer backed by the site map, and two reference noise source, and the source and antenna by SP3T switch. Each detector voltage sample DAQ board data acquisition, means to process the data, and it has been stored in personal computer, and sampling the and after this sample rate was 1 kilometer hertz, and detector voltage was average every 20 250 samples, and that used to determine the receiver gain. Okay, sorry. Thank you for the day. This was my whole presentation which I have done previous week, and what I have researched. I have mentioned all my research work in this presentation. Thank you for the day.